So hello all, I am Erica O'Connor. This is my first time telling my story. Um, so I'll start with background. I grew up with four other siblings, and of course my mom and my dad. They did finish high school, and my mom did go off to college. However, she only completed 1 year of college, probably because she was pregnant with me at the time. So I had very humble beginnings, but some things that my parents instilled in us was that we could be whatever we wanted to be. If we wanted to be the president, we would be the president. If I wanted to be a doctor, I could be a brain surgeon or a neurosurgeon. If I wanted to be a basketball player, I would be Lisa Leslie. We could be anything that we wanted to be. And we definitely believe that. My dad also instilled faith in us. You know, if God parted the Red Sea for Moses, he would do the same for us. If he brought Lazarus back from the dead, we could do it, or he would do the same for us as well. So with faith and with education, we could be anyone who we wanted to be. So why did I want to be a doctor or a pediatrician? During my childhood, I struggled with severe asthma. Me, my older sister, and my brother. And I remember going to Children's Hospital in New Orleans, the emergency room often. And they would treat me with, the nebulizer, albuterol, steroids. And I just remember thinking during the asthma attack that if I made it to the emergency room, that I would be fine. And, I was 5 years old thinking this. And so they would give me medicine, they would take my arterial blood gas, and as painful as it was, I never cried because I knew that I would be healed once I made it to the emergency room. And I remember my doctors from the emergency room, Dr. Druby Aber and Dr. Kumar and Dr. Basant, and they worked on me, and after a few minutes I felt like I could breathe and that everything was going to be fine. And although I got admitted, maybe for a week, I remember even being in the ICU, I knew that once I made it to the hospital that I would be healed. And so I believe that my pediatricians were superheroes. And so from there, I thought that I could be a superhero, or that I could be a pediatrician, and even a emergency pediatrician. So after college, I started working in the histology lab at Children's Hospital, and I loved working in the laboratory, but I still felt that I was missing, being a doctor. I felt like I was in a background, and I wanted to be in the forefront. But because I had to work and save, I just had to do what I had to do, and some years did pass before God nudged me and said, you want to be a pediatrician, go for it. So after a few years, I did go for it. I did not take the traditional route and stay in America. Instead, I applied to a medical school in the Caribbean, where I did 2 years there. And doing the school in the Caribbean, it definitely helped me to grow up. It cultivated patience, and it allowed me to realize how easy we have it in America. I was able to, I no longer took things for granted. I thought my beginnings were humble, but when I reached the Caribbean, I realized that, even though, we had to catch the bus or our car broke down, we still were blessed. Even though we may have not had, so much food, or the refrigerator wasn't as full, we had food. We were still blessed. And so that time, I was happy that I experienced that for 2 years. It helped to make me a stronger, more resilient, more patient person. Anyway, so my journey did not stop there. After those 2 years, I actually got pregnant and had to take a medical leave, or an extended medical leave from medical school. And I remember coming back, having to reapply to get back into school after that long leave, and it was difficult, but I was able to get back in and finish the course. I never thought or never contemplated not finishing or not finishing up because I had a kid. In fact, I will remember, breastfeeding and had my books in the other hand, and never thought about not finishing. So after that, I studied for my board exam and continued in medical school. And I also, sometimes I had to work intermittently as a histologist to make ends meet, even during medical school. And then I actually began taking business courses. I took one business course during medical school as well. And I thought, you know what, I could do both at the same time. I had to balance it, of course, but I went ahead and did my business degree and medical degree at the same time. And I would take one semester and then study and then take a shelf exam for medical school, and I just balanced it. It took a long time, but at the same time, it's something that I wanted to do and something that I believe that I could do. And I did it. I just finished my MBA in healthcare management a few months ago, and I have a few months left of medical school. And so, what I'm trying to say is that I hope this story inspires everyone, from the minority or African American who think they don't have the finances to do something. You still can do it. There is a way. For the single mom, or even person that is married who has kids and think they don't have time to do it, you still can find the time to do it. For the person who doesn't have the support that they need, you don't need anyone's support. You have God's support. For the person who think they're not smart enough, that's not true. We go to school to be smart and to gain knowledge. We apply for positions, to grow and to become the best leader we can be. So I hope this inspired all, and thank you for listening to my story. Bye-bye. Again, thank you, Dr. Kula and Canon Hospice. Thank you for the opportunity, and I look forward to eventually joining your team. Thank you.